Lights, camera, action. Welcome back to Flick Flash. The Scream franchise has spent nearly 30 years redefining slasher horror, blending sharp, self-aware humor with brutal Ghostface killings and shocking twists. Beginning in 1996 with Sidney Prescott's first terrifying encounter with a masked killer, each installment sees new Ghostface killers emerge, often with personal motives tied to revenge, notoriety, or legacy. Across 6 films, Sidney, Gail, Dewey, Sam, Tara, and other survivors have faced killers donning the iconic Ghostface mask, keeping audiences guessing who's next and why. The story also plays with meta-commentary on horror tropes while expanding its core mythos, making each sequel both a continuation and a commentary on the genre itself. Scream opens in the quiet town of Woodsboro, California, when teenager Casey Becker receives a mysterious phone call from a stranger who quizzes her about horror movies before turning deadly. The caller, wearing a haunting mask known as Ghostface, murders Casey and her boyfriend, shocking the town. Shortly after, high schooler Sidney Prescott, still grieving her mother's murder a year earlier, starts receiving similar threatening calls. As Ghostface begins stalking Sidney's friends, suspicion and fear spread. Local deputy Dewey Riley and ambitious reporter Gail Weathers investigate while Sidney tries to survive. Utilizing their horror film know-how, Sidney's friends speculate on who the killer might be, but soon the terror hits close to home. In a climactic twist at a house party, Sidney discovers the killers are her boyfriend Billy Loomis and his friend Stu Macker, who orchestrated the murders for revenge and thrill. Sidney fights back, killing both assailants and ending the nightmare as dawn breaks. Scream 2 picks up after the Woodsboro murders, with Sidney Prescott now a college student at Windsor College. When a brutal killing occurs during the premiere of Stab, a movie based on the original Woodsboro murders, news spreads that a copycat Ghostface killer is on the loose, targeting students whose names match victims from the first massacre. Sidney's friends and fellow survivors, including Randy Meeks, Deputy Dewey Riley, and reporter Gail Weathers, rally to protect her as fear grips the campus. As the murders escalate at parties and sorority houses, the group races to uncover the killer's identity while grappling with horror movie cliches and sequel rules wisdom. Gail deduces the pattern behind the killings, and tensions rise when Randy is unexpectedly murdered. In a tense climax back at a screening of Stab, Sidney confronts the killers, ultimately surviving the night and ending the latest deadly Ghostface plot. Scream 3 finds Sidney Prescott living in self-imposed isolation after the previous killings, working as a crisis counselor and hiding from her past. When a new Ghostface killer begins murdering people connected to Stab 3, the Hollywood production based on the Woodsboro and Windsor College killings, the terror returns. The killer targets the cast and crew, leaving photos of Sidney's late mother at crime scenes to draw her out of hiding. Reporter Gail Weathers, Dewey Riley, and LAPD Detective Mark Kincaid investigate the brutal spree, which blurs the lines between the film within a film and reality. Sidney reluctantly returns to Hollywood to confront the threat, uncovering dark secrets about her mother's past that tie into the motive. In the climactic showdown, Sidney survives and helps end the latest Ghostface horror, facing her demons and closing the trilogy's chapter. Scream 4 takes place 10 years after the original Woodsboro murders. Sidney Prescott returns to her hometown of Woodsboro to promote her new self-help book about surviving trauma, reconnecting with old allies, Gail Weathers and Sheriff Dewey Riley. Almost immediately, a new Ghostface killer begins murdering local high school students, sparking fear and suspicion across town. Sidney becomes a suspect when evidence is found in her rental car, forcing her to stay and help investigate. As the body count rises, Sidney, alongside Dewey and Gail, teams up with a new generation of teens, including her cousin Jill Roberts and her friends, all very aware of horror movie tropes. Eventually, Ghostface's identity is revealed. Jill and her friend Charlie orchestrated the killings so Jill could become the ultimate survivor and gain fame. In a brutal showdown, Sidney fights back, and Jill is finally defeated at the hospital, ending the latest Woodsboro nightmare. Scream 25 years after the original Woodsboro murders, a new Ghostface killer returns, brutally attacking high schooler Tara Carpenter at home and leaving her hospitalized. Her estranged sister Sam Carpenter comes back to Woodsboro with her boyfriend Richie to be by her side. reuniting with Tara's friend group. The killer strikes again, killing Vince, and the murders seem tied to Sam's dark secret. She's the daughter of one of the original Ghostface killers, Billy Loomis. Dewey Riley comes out of retirement to help and warns Gale Weathers and Sidney Prescott of the new threat. As the body count rises, it's revealed Ghostface isn't alone. Tara's friend Amber Freeman and Richie are the killers, obsessed with horror and intent on creating a new requel by framing Sam. In the climactic showdown, Sam, Tara, Sidney, and Gale fight back. Sam kills Richie, and Tara finally ends Amber's threat, surviving the night. 1 year after the events of Scream, 2022, sisters Sam and Tara Carpenter have left Woodsboro and try to start fresh in New York City with friends Chad and Mindy Meeks Martin. While Sam struggles with public conspiracy theories painting her as a killer, their plan for a normal life shatters when a new Ghostface killer begins murdering people connected to them and leaves clues that reference past Woodsboro massacres. Sam and Tara team up with Gale Weathers and survivor Kirby Reed while facing attacks across the city, including in an apartment and on public transport. In a tense finale, set in an abandoned movie theater filled with memorabilia, it's revealed that 3 killers, Detective Wayne Bailey and roommates Quinn and Ethan, are targeting Sam for revenge over Richie's death. After brutal fights, Sam and Tara survive and defeat them, with Sam ultimately rejecting her father's murderous legacy. With Scream 7 set to arrive on February 27, 2026, Sidney Prescott returns once again, this time to protect her daughter from a fresh Ghostface threat that resurrects past horrors and ties into the franchise's long history. Expect callbacks to key themes and characters from earlier films, surprising character returns, including familiar faces thought dead, and a narrative rooted more in legacy and family conflicts than pure meta-commentary. Whether you're a longtime fan or a newcomer, the upcoming chapter promises to honor the series' roots while advancing the terrifying Ghostface saga into a new era. Thank you once again for being a part of Flick Flash. Until next time, keep watching. Keep exploring and keep that movie and TV magic alive. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and stay tuned for more exciting recaps. This is Flick Flash signing off.